All right, how to be a powerlifting coach. Everyone wants to be a powerlifting coach. No one has these skills. I'm going to tell you why they matter, and we'll go from there. One, SBD technique. You don't have to be able to do anything other than get people to squat, bench press, and deadlift in the technique that you think is most efficient. There are a million roads to Rome. There's many ways to skin a cat. There's no right way to do these things. Everyone is going to have their own perception or belief when it comes to these sorts of things, influenced by how they lift, how their coach taught them, etc. So there's no right or wrong way. I mean, there's some wrong ways with SBD technique. Like, I don't think benching like this is smart, but you know what I'm saying. So as long as you can coach people to the standard of technique that you believe in, that's all that's necessary. Two, you have to understand how to cue things, right? Like, the amount of people I talk to who don't understand how to control elbow flare on a bench by squeezing their pinky is insane, right? So when you think about the big three breakdowns that you'd have in each lift, right? So let's say it's chest cave, butt wink, and hip shift on the squat. Let's say it's elbows flaring, discontinuous leg drive, and sinking on the bench. And let's say it's chest over the bar on deads, getting stuck at lockout, and not being able to break ground, right? Like, we need to know cues necessary, or the cues that are necessary in order to fix those issues. There's going to be 40 bajillion things that you can do wrong in the squat, bench press, and deadlift, but in your clients, find the three most common problems, find effective cues to fix those three most common problems. That's a pretty good start. Next one, variations. Holy fuck. There's two camps. It's either everyone likes to use variations all the time with everything, and then you just don't get good at low bar, competition bench, and competition deadlift, or you never use variations and your technique sucks forever and you don't know why. But variations are useful. You should probably have 10 minimum for squat, for bench, for deadlift. If you're not there, that's the first thing you got to do. The next one is accessories. If I see another fucking, and I say this so many times, but like, we got to stop doing 3x10 arms. We have to stop doing 3x10 arms. You can't fucking do that. You have to just stop being lazy. Like, incline dumbbell curl. It's that easy, right? So understanding that for upper and lower body, there's pecs, delts, lats, biceps, triceps, upper back, rotator cuff, I guess. And then lower body, it's glutes, hams, quads, adductors, lats, upper back, abs, and obliques. Figure out 10 accessories for each one of those muscles. Some lengthened, some mid-range, some fully shortened. Next one is anatomy. You have to have a basic understanding of anatomy, right? Like, I had a conversation with someone today. They didn't understand that the lats were part of your brace. And I was like, your lats go from pretty much just below your scap to all the way to your hip. If that muscle's tight, your back bends less. And they're like, oh shit, I didn't know that. It's like, yeah, you learn that in first year college anatomy, right? So you got to understand the basics of anatomy, because that's going to help you troubleshoot and work through issues with the clients really, 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 really easily. Next one, understand the biomechanics behind each thing, right? Understand what internal rotation is, external rotation is, flexion, extension, right? Retraction, protraction, elevation, depression, all that stuff. You don't have to be a wizard, but you do have to understand what relative joint range of motions are necessary in order to get into effective positions for squat, bench press, and deadlift. And if you can't tell me whether you need hip external rotation or internal rotation to get into the bottom position of a squat, we got a problem, right? You got to ask ChatGPT some stuff. And the last one is pain science, right? We have to be able to help clients train through pain and train with pain without fucking them up further. Understanding the basics of pain science, understanding the basics of like non-clinician rehab is super, super, super crucial, right? So that's understanding appropriate application of tempo. That's understanding exercise-induced analgesia. That's understanding how nociceptors work, right? That's understanding where to prescribe exercise-induced analgesia in a training session to allow them to get effective training in. And if you don't know what any of those things are, that's a big problem, because if a client's hurt, they're not going to pay you because they're not going to train. So if I was just telling, if someone had no understanding of how to do anything, they were just starting out, these are 7 things I would focus on. There's obviously way more. Okay, bye.